Two babies born in the 80s, East Coast, yeah. One fire, one air, so you know the vibes is there. Met in 7th grade computer class. Since then, we continue to laugh. Crazy stories from teens till now. Some include caramel sundae and Cacao. Sit back, relax, we will speak our truth. Just remember, it all started in our youth. She be the ram and I be the twins. Don't ever think we can't compete to win. Cause she a natural born leader and I be two-sided. So you know we gonna hop on this podcast and ride it. Come on.
Welcome back to the Fire and Air podcast. I'm Ram.
And I'm Twin. Come join us as we reminisce about the 90s and 2000s. And we have another school letter, this time from Caramel Sundae to Twin. Dear Twin, what up? Nothing much here. You know how it be just chilling in this corny school. How you figure it wouldn't work out for you and Wheezy? You didn't even give it a try. But that's all you. Just don't come round me or Ram talking about, I need a man. 'Cause then we'll be like, you could have had one. Skipping subject. Did you see when Judas and Shia got in each other's faces? That shit was mad funny. They were about to start swinging right there in the hall. They didn't go through 'cause 2 teachers held them back. They were loud as hell in the hall. I can't believe they were about to start swinging over Bobby. It's stupid as hell to fight over a boy, but that's them. Bouncing to another subject. I think we should go to the mall every other week too. But we should go this weekend 'cause Eric and them are going to be there and Elizabeth Heads want us to come too. I doubt they'll show up though. I can't believe they didn't come 'cause Hassan wanted to watch La Bamba. Speaking of Elizabeth Heads, when I was on the phone with them last night, they told me how they went to White Castle to get something to eat. Stefan was like, Ferdinand ate 15 hamburgers. I was like, ew, that's nasty. How can a Negro eat 15 hamburgers? Then Hassan's in the background talking about, what's so nasty about that? I ate 20. Well, I haven't anything else to talk about. Talk to you later. Peace. Caramel Sundae. P.S. My man and yours, Red Man.
Yo, Caramel Sunday is so funny. Why did she come straight out the gate giving you a lecture?
Right. Like, what?
Don't come around me or Ram talking about, I need a man. I don't even know who the dude was that she was talking about either, because at that time, I don't
Nah,
recall that person.
me
Like,
neither. And it's funny because we both know another Wheezy, but like you said, I have no idea who the fuck this person was.
right, not in middle school.
No, no.
So that was funny, but she really tried to like low key black on you.
She did. She was tired of my shit. I guess I was complaining. That's
Yeah.
probably because my brothers, they wasn't playing that shit.
Yeah, so the pickings were slim because certain dudes wasn't even gonna fuck with you off the
No,
strength of both of your older brothers.
exactly. That's exactly what it was.
Now, Isn't it funny that we just had a whole discussion about Judas, and here she is in another letter, in another fight. I
Right.
told y'all last episode, this bitch is a demon.
Yeah, the devil, always in trouble, always up to no good.
Yes. And then I was rolling when Caramel Sunday was like, it's stupid as hell to fight over a boy, which she's right. But
Mm-hmm.
it reminded me of Spice's song, Means a girl, mean a fight over my knife. Like,
Right.
Caramel Sunday peep game from back in the day.
She did. She really did. I feel like out of the three of us, she was the most advanced. I don't mean it like in a like I'm not trying to say she was a slut or anything like that, but I don't know. She was just a little bit more ahead of us.
Yeah, she absolutely was. I wonder why that was, but she was.
Right. Yeah, that's
Yo,
funny.
but did you peep how she talked about Hassan wanting to watch La Bamba?
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, was the fucking shit.
Yeah. And it's funny because we spoke about La Bamba like a few episodes ago. So you guys you got to see how La Bamba was just a big impact over
It it really was. Like I loved Lou Diamond Phillips as Richie Valens. He looked
Yeah.
so good to me.
Yeah, yeah. He did a great job playing that character. He really did.
He did. The movie was good, the music was good, the story was good. It was sad, but it was
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I agree. It's classic for sure.
Yes. Yes. This was definitely a staple in our childhood. And so that got me thinking about what our favorite movies are from our childhood. So I challenged Twin to list her top 10 movies from her childhood years. And so we're each gonna talk through our list, but I'm gonna be honest, like we didn't already fail the challenge. We couldn't really narrow it down to
Right.
10, but
Yes.
we came close. We came close and we just gonna work with it.
Yes.
So when I say childhood years, we're talking about an age range of, let's say, 6 to 18 years old. So
Mm-hmm.
these top 10 movies, these are basically movies that we've seen an excessive amount of times. Movies that no matter how many times you've seen it, if it's
Right.
on, you're gonna sit there and watch that shit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So, Quinn, I did not rank my top 10. It's in no particular order
Oh,
for me. Did
okay.
you? Did
I
you?
no, I did, but I was struggling to like
Oh,
really rank it. But if you don't want to rank it, we don't have to rank it. That's fine by me.
I can't. I can't, but I'm
Okay.
not mad if you share how you rank yours. But nah, I couldn't even like it was difficult just to come up with the shit.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. So yeah, we don't have to rank it then, but we could just, read off each of our movies.
All right. So what is your first movie in your top 10?
All right. So number one for me. Come on, guys. Coming to America.
Yes.
It was released in 1988, starring Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, James L. Jones, John Amos, and many others. It was about a prince named Akeem. His father, the King Jaffe Joffer, he tries to find Akeem a bride, and Akeem doesn't want to marry who his father says. So Akeem and Semi decide to fly to Queens in search of a bride. The king thinks Akeem's just going to soil his royal oats, but Akeem has something else in mind. The movie holds a very special place in my heart because it's one of those movies like we always watched as a family, and we had it on VHS tape. So, baby, that tape, we wore that shit out, yo. But the thing that I love about this movie is just like the contrast of Akeem's life from Zamunda going to Queens. It's just like a
Yes.
stark difference, yo. It's fucking hilarious. Like Me and my second oldest brother till this day still quote fucking movie scenes from Coming to America, yo. One of my favorite movie scenes is that Daryl, who's Lisa's boyfriend, who becomes her ex-boyfriend, is trying to get back with her. So he shows up at Lisa's house, and Lisa's father answers the door, and Dower is so persistent, like he won't leave. And then
Yes.
finally Lisa's father is like, look, the girl don't like you anymore. Can't you get that through your greasy head? Yo, I just find that part hilarious because Daryl and his family like had the empire of Soul Glow Jerry Curl fucking
Yes.
spray juice. So his Jerry Curl was so fucking greasy. And so when his father said that, yo, it's just one of my favorite lines from that movie.
Yes. Do you remember when they had the fucking, I don't know what kind of party. I think it was the engagement
It
party, and
was
his whole family was sitting on the couch. And when they got up, all you saw was the fucking Jerry Curl print in their hair. Like, I cannot. Can you imagine that being on your
yo.
fucking couch?
No, no, they ruined the shit out of that couch, yo.
Yo, and I don't know if y'all remember, but it was such a small part, but Samuel L. Jackson was in that shit when he was robbing
Yes.
the fucking McDowell's. That nigga
Yeah.
was like, come on, come on, come on, boy. Yeah, that shit was so funny to me.
Yes, that shit was funny as fuck. Oh my God.
Yeah, this was like for me as a young girl growing up. First of all, this was on my list
It
as well.
was?
Yes,
Oh
it was.
shit. Yes.
And but I felt like I loved the pride that came from this movie. Like it gave
Yeah.
you, like you were proud to be black. You were proud to be of African descent. And I
Right.
just remember always wanting to have an African dress so bad just because of how regal the women looked. Like
Right. It beautiful. They were beautiful.
it, yes, absolutely. I just had to have it.
Yeah.
But mad shit was funny about this movie. Eddie Murphy played like mad roles in
He
this shit. Like it
did.
was crazy. Fucking sexual chocolate.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, come on. Come on. That shit was out of control. Like he really did his thing. And I feel like this movie really helped to like solidify his value
Yeah.
in the entertainment business.
Yeah. He played the shit out of that role. And on all the other supporting actors as well. So yes.
Yes. So it's so funny because we talked about this before, but the fucking remake, I just have to
Oh
add this.
God.
The fucking remake that they did, what was this in 2022, 2023, sometime around there?
Hmm.
Horrible. Basura. Straight trash. And I
Yeah.
wanted to like it, but it was just not good.
I believe you. And I refuse to watch that shit. I was like, I'm not watching this shit. How the fuck dare you guys do this? So I'm
Yes,
glad that I didn't fucking waste my time because I already knew you cannot just leave it alone. You can't recreate this magic.
you really can't. You really can't. Um, okay. So that was one of yours. All right. So for me, Pretty Woman. Pretty
Oh.
Woman came out in 1990. It starred Julia Roberts and Richard Gere.
Hmm.
Yeah, when I can tell you, I love Julia Roberts. Like Julia Roberts to me can do no wrong.
Yeah.
I just remember being a child and she was just so pretty to me. She was tall, skinny, she had that long red hair, but she had like an edge. There was a
Right.
rawness to her. I
Hmm.
guess in the characters that she played, I should say.
Okay.
Um, that really make me like all of her movies. And then Richard Gere, he was the other lead in this movie. He was so handsome and debonair.
Right. Right.
Then they had Jason Alexander, which was George from Seinfeld. He was also in this. He was a fucking jackass in this movie, but he played his shit. Like he played his part.
Right. Right.
Did you like this movie?
No, I think Woman is a really good movie. Yeah, I do. I do.
Yeah. I feel like the fashion in this movie was everything. Like just I don't know. Overall, the whole thing was like a fairy tale
Hmm.
love story, even though she was a hooker, but you know, also outside of that, this story was
Right.
a great love story. It was nice. So
Yes, yes. Big
I
ups
could
to
watch that a million times.
yes, yes. Julia Roberts is definitely one of those actors in the game that's been doing it forever, forever. And every role I feel like she does, she just nails.
Yeah, I agree.
Hmm.
All right, what's next on your list?
Okay, next on my list, and I kind of have to give a little disclaimer because I want to group these movies kind of into like my next selection, but I'm going to tell you which one out of these that I loved absolutely the most. So
Okay.
I have to say Cinderella, Lady and the Tramp, Beauty and the Beast, Bambi, Aladdin, Lion King, The Little Mermaid. And out of all of those, my absolute favorite, The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid, yo. This was released back in 1989, okay? And it starred Jodie Benson, who was the voice of Ariel. Samuel E. Wright was the voice of Sebastian, the Caribbean crab. So when I tell you guys this movie was a hit, like I just knew it was a hit because I was literally watching this on VHS like every single day, yo. Like every single day. It was just a beautiful movie, a young mermaid who saves the prince who almost drowned at sea, and Ariel brings the prince back to life. It's like love at first sight for Ariel because she saved Eric, but she'd been stalking Eric a little bit before that. So she was like, he was on his mind. She was on his mind. But anyway, Ariel made the ultimate sacrifice, and it was her voice to become human in order to be with Eric. It was just like such a woman thing to do. Like we will literally give our voice to an evil sea witch in order to be with the love of our life. But men, they can't even give up a few hours on Super Bowl Sunday or Sunday football to fucking go to a cousin's housewarming. Anyway, I digress. Uh,
Fuck. Oh shit.
Anywho, the movie made 84 million at the box office. And I don't know, it's just one of those classic Disney movies that like I said, I had the VHS of all these fucking movies, yo. And I will always watch them all the time, especially like Lady and the Tramp and Bambi, like and Cinderella. All of them, all of them. Um and then, there was that controversy about them recreating the movie. I think it was more so over because Haley's a black woman and people were really like in an uproar about her playing the mermaid. It was like
That
so
bitch, it's
fucking
a fake
ridiculous.
fucking character. It's not real. Like it's not a real person, you psychos.
Yes, like when that shit happened, like for me, it wasn't about who was playing Ariel. For me, again, it's like this shit's a classic, leave it alone. There's no fucking reason for you guys to recreate it. But for all these motherfuckers to come out the woodwork and protest because this was a black woman playing Ariel, that shit was fucking crazy, yo.
It was.
That shit was fucking crazy.
So let me tell you how fucking in sync we are almost 30 years later. This is how fucking it's scary almost. Because what I said to Twin earlier was that I have one of my one of the listings on my list, it's actually three movies because it all fits
Ah,
in one category. So
right.
what I put was Disney, and
Mm.
then I put my three favorites: The Little
Hmm.
Mermaid, Aladdin, and The
Yeah.
Lion King. First of all,
Wow.
I fucking forgot about Lady and the Tramp. That
Yes,
shit was
yo.
crazy. Me or Tanya, me. What?
Yo.
That's the shit.
Yo.
And then when they was
Yeah.
fucking sharing the like spaghetti behind the restaurant, like I know this sounds crazy,
Oh my
but
God.
the lady was so pretty to me.
Yeah, no, she was. She was a very pretty dog. What was that, like
Fucking
fucking
love.
Cocker Spaniel or some shit?
Yes, And I used to want one for so long because of that shit. Yeah.
Yo.
I swore I was gonna get a fucking.
Oh, done.
In real life, actually, they're not that cute, in my opinion. Me personally, nah, I'm good. But The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, and The Lion.
Yo.
So The Little Mermaid is my all-time favorite
It
Disney movie.
is. Yeah.
All time. Like, there's nothing
Oh my.
fucking better to me. I just feel like The Little Mermaid made you feel like a princess.
It
Um,
did.
the music was so good. I feel like it
Yes.
catered to a Caribbean vibe, which is perfect. You know how we do.
Right.
The visuals were super colorful. It was just a great movie.
Yeah.
And I actually watched the live action version.
You did?
It was really good. She did a great job.
Was
Because
it?
they stuck to the storyline. That's why it
Okay.
was good.
Okay.
Um, she was on Peacock, so
It
check it out
was?
if it is. I think so. I think that's where I saw it.
Okay. I will.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Um, Aladdin. I fucking loved Aladdin. Like
Yo.
Jasmine was so pretty to me.
She,
Like
yeah, she really was.
she was so pretty. The music again, it was so good. And we actually sang two of the songs from the soundtrack in my sixth grade chorus.
You did? That's
Did y'all have chorus in your school?
yes,
Elementary school?
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, we sang two songs from it, and so I was obsessed with that motherfucking soundtrack. Um,
Wow.
and then Robin Williams, he played Genie.
Oh, yes, yes,
Robin
yes.
Williams was the fucking goat. He
Right.
killed that role.
No, he really did. He really
Um,
did.
and it's so funny, twin. They made a remake of this movie too,
Oh,
a live action version.
of Aladdin?
Yes, and fucking Will Smith played Genie, and
Oh,
it was good. He did a really good job,
that was like maybe 5, 6 years ago, right?
probably.
I think I
Just about.
refused to. I mean,
It was
I
good though.
I definitely remember like the promo and stuff for that, but I think I was just like, no, no, I can't. I can't. But you're saying it's good though?
It was very good. It really
Okay.
was.
Maybe I'll
Yeah.
check it out. I don't know.
Bitch, you ain't checking that shit out. But The Lion King was just fucking The Lion King. Like that shit
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
Africa. Like what the fuck? It was just good. It was amazing. So
Oh yeah.
there's nothing more I can say about that.
Yes, I agree. I
So we was
agree.
in sync with this one as well.
Wow. Yes, indeed. Yep. Okay, so my next one is Do the Right Thing, and that was released in
Ah, yeah.
1989. And that stars Spike Lee, who plays Mookie. And actually, Spike Lee also wrote, produced, and directed that movie. And Mookie works at Sal's Pizzeria. He's a delivery boy. And it also stars a whole bunch of people: Ruby D, Martin Lawrence, Danny Aiello. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Rosie Perez, Samuel L. Jackson. And it talks about like a neighborhood in Brooklyn and the racial tensions amongst the different residents, the Latinos, the African Americans, the Italians, the Koreans. And it just tells a beautiful story about how back then, like neighborhoods in Brooklyn and like all over like the boroughs, right? They really had this sense of like community and pride when it came to like living on the block. But it also shows the sad truth of how those same people of different races on the block were racist, towards the other people. So the ending is so sad because Radio Raheem dies at the hands of the racist white policeman who they didn't
Mhm.
have to kill him, but it was a senseless death and the community responds with destroying the local pizzeria shop because they all felt the owner Sal was to blame. So yeah, that's one of my favorites.
I do remember that was a really good movie. And I
Yeah.
clearly remember his radio going through the pizza store window, right?
It was a trash can.
Oh,
It was a
it's trash.
trash
What?
can. Yeah, when Mookie
Why don't I see the video?
when they choked Radio Raheem out and they picked his lifeless body up and put it in the back of the police car, Mookie takes a big ass trash can and throws it in the window of the pizzeria. And they
Fucking
fucked
Mookie.
that pizzeria up, yo. Burn that shit
Yeah,
down, everything. That shit was fucked up.
they did. It was a
Yeah.
good movie.
No, it
Spike Lee was
was.
on fire.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, my next one is Dirty Dancing. And
Mm.
that came out in 1987. Um, to know me is to know that I love dance, and this movie was everything. Like the music was so good, the dancing was good. This movie starred Patrick Swayze,
Right.
and Jennifer Grey,
Mm.
who played Baby.
Okay.
Yes, and so this is where the saying "nobody puts baby in the corner" comes from. That was the last scene in the movie.
Oh, okay.
But it's just a classic movie that I could watch over and over again. It was like this rich family, and they was there at this private country club for the summer. It was like a lake clubhouse
Mm-hmm.
for the summer for rich people, and baby who's very shy and timid. She took these dance lessons and fell in love with Johnny, who's Patrick Swayze. It was
Mm-hmm.
just so good. Like I just could watch that movie any weekend and just sit there. It's just really a good movie. Have you seen it?
um, you're gonna kill me. I don't
You
think
never wait.
I don't think I've ever seen it. No, I haven't. I have not. I
You've
think I've
never
seen like
seen Dirty Dancing?
bits and pieces, but I no, I know.
Wow.
We're not friends no more.
Oh no, we're friends. I'm just like, what? That's amazing to me. All right, well, you have some homework to do because it's
I
good for
know.
you.
I do.
Well, years later, they made a fucking remake of this movie
Yo,
called
shut the
Yo,
fuck.
my
What
nigga.
what?
Yo, they call it's Dirty Dancing Havana Nights. It is trash, yeah.
Wait, is that with Vanessa Williams? No.
Or Vanessa Hudgens, one of them. I don't know. One of those people. I don't know. It was trash. It was not good. It was horrible. Um, Dirty Dancing is a classic, my nigga.
Yeah,
Like,
yo.
it's a classic.
I know.
If you're gonna do it, if you're gonna fucking remake it, do it right.
Yeah,
I don't even know that that was a story that needed to be remade at
right.
all.
Like,
Like, it was a one-time thing.
right, right.
So
Well,
yeah, Dirty Dancing. It's my shit.
okay. All right. So my next one is Home Alone.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It
Yeah, that
was,
was a good one. Sorry.
yeah, no, no. It was released in 1990 and it starred Macaulay Culkin, Joe Pesci, Catherine O'Hara, and Macaulay's character, Kevin. He's 8 years old. He's one of five kids and he gets left behind at home after his entire family, like cousins, uncles, everybody was over his house and they got ready to go to the airport and they just left poor Kevin, poor Kevin behind. They didn't even realize. The mom didn't even realize till her bitch ass was on the plane.
Fucking negligent. Yeah, you stupid as that.
So, Kevin ends up figuring out how to survive.
Bitch said how to survive. Yeah.
He figures out how to survive on his own. And he defends his house from Harry and Marv, Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern. Yo, the movie grossed $476.7 million worldwide, yo. Like, what?
It was so good. It was like a
Yo,
good family movie.
it was. One of my favorite parts of the movie is when Kevin he sets up the living room to make it seem like there's a party going on with like cutouts and mannequins to make Harry and Mark think that the family is home and not out of town.
Yes. That nigga was always staging a motherfucking setup. Like
You're
when
right.
he had the fucking videotape, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals, and a Happy New Year. The fucking
The Tommy gun.
Tommy
Yes.
gun.
Yes.
That nigga was talking mad greasy on that movie.
He was, yo.
Yeah, Home Alone is another one that you could just watch. It was a really, really good movie.
Yeah. Yeah, classic.
Did you see Home Alone 2?
Of course.
It was good. That one was good
No,
too.
they're both really good. I really love both of them, really.
Did you see Home Alone 3?
No, now see, that's where I put the brakes
Yep,
on. Put the brakes on. Who
so did
the
I.
fuck is in Home Alone 3? Is it Kevin still?
Absolutely not. Some little brown boy, some not some little brown boy, some little brunette boy. He don't
Wait,
even know who he is.
so it's not Macaulay Culkin. It's
Absolutely not.
somebody else.
Yes.
And what the fuck is that one about?
Same shit, I'm sure.
How can it be? They left him 3 times?
But I don't know if this dude is Kevin as well. Like I don't even know if they still like if this is a different character or what, but I couldn't do it and I wasn't and I'm never doing it.
That's what I'm talking about, yo. Like, listen, I understand, like, the writer's strike and all of that has really affected what we see now on streaming services and movies and blah blah blah. But Hollywood, if y'all need a writer, please contact me because I could give y'all mad fucking ideas to movies, TV ideas. I be writing books, but I like never finish them. Like 4 or 5 books that I never finished. But what I'm saying is, I be having some good ideas. If y'all really desperate like that, that you keep reviving shit from fucking 30 years ago, please reach out to me.
Tell him why you mad, son.
I just can't take it. I don't want
Nah, I
to
feel
see
you.
another fucking remake for the rest of my entire life. That's like trying to
Yes.
remake the fucking Godfather and shit like that. Like shit is classic. Leave it be.
Yeah. Come up with something else.
That's all I'm saying.
All
Sorry,
right.
guys.
Nah, fair, fair. All right. So the next on my list, yeah, I'm done with you. The next on my list is another hood classic, or I said another hood classic. We didn't even get to any yet, I don't think. But a hood classic, Juice. Juice
Mm.
came out in 1992. When I tell y'all how much my sister loved this movie,
Yeah.
like we would watch it every day after school. It was, it didn't even make sense. Twin is laughing because it's true.
Yo, Juice is a fucking classic, yo. It really, really is. It
It's a
really is.
classic.
Mm-hmm.
And we would rewind this shit, like certain parts over and over and laugh at them. Like after they robbed the corner store. And I can't remember if this was after Bishop, who was played by Tupac.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if this was after Bishop shot the store clerk or if after he shot Raheem, where they
Mm-hmm.
ran into that warehouse.
Yo, I can't.
When they ran into that warehouse and Steel, who
Yeah.
was super plump in that movie, that nigga fell and bounced into the window. Like the way he bounced on that concrete floor.
You know.
Yeah, we used to be rolling. We rewound to that shit so many times I can't even tell you.
That is hilarious.
But I love Juice. Bishop scared the fuck out of me the entire movie. Like I hated his character.
How dare you?
I mean, Tupac was good, but I felt like he played that shit too fucking well. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like he really took on the character to the max where if you saw just like Tupac, like after that, you probably like, fuck you, Bishop. That's how
yeah,
good he played the role.
you try to avoid that nigga. You see that nigga in the grocery store, try to run to the
Yeah.
next aisle.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't turn your back on Bishop.
Nah.
He coming.
All right, so what's next on your list?
Okay, so the next on my list is Terminator 2 Judgment Day,
Oh shit.
and that was released in 1991 and it stars Arnold Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton. This was just a dope movie because it made you think about the future. And like now that we're actually seeing what the movie spoke on, like today, like present day, about the robots, like it's kind of a
Hmm.
little, you know what I mean? Like, hmm.
Yeah.
So the movie came out in 1991, and there's a scene in the movie where it's dated 2029. So it's like, yeah, right. And the scene where it's dated 2029 is when like Earth is like ravaged from the fucking clash between AI and human resistance. So
No.
like right, like it's 2024. Like yeah,
All
so
right.
gotta prepare ourselves. We
I'm
gotta
scared.
prepare ourselves. We only got a few years left. It grossed between 519 and 520 million dollars at the box office, and it was the highest grossing film of 1991 worldwide and the third highest grossing film of its time. So, yeah, I love Terminator 2. It was just dope as shit.
Yeah, Terminator was good. Um, Shit that used to give me nightmares was that one character, and I don't know if this was in the first or second one. He might have been on both. That one nigga that like was like mercury and
Yes,
could fucking melt his
yeah,
body, and when
yeah,
that nigga turned into the fucking cop with his little crowbar
yeah, yeah,
fucking hand in the back of the car,
yes,
yo, that shit used to scare the
yeah. That was Judgment Day. Yeah, that was the T1000. And the T1000 was way more advanced than the T800.
that nigga was crazy. He was mad scary, but it was a good movie. It
Yeah.
really was a good movie.
Yes, yes, I agree.
All right, good pick.
Yeah, what's your next one?
My next one is, I mean, of course, Friday is on my list.
Yeah.
Friday came out in 1995. It starred Ice Cube, Chris Tucker, fucking Nia Long, Bernie Mac was in that shit. Like, this movie was just, it's probably one of my favorite movies of all
Yeah.
time.
Right.
Like, I can easily recite this movie from memory just because we've seen it that many times. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
Right.
It is so funny without even trying.
Yeah.
It's just a story that happens to be about black people in the hood.
Right.
And it's the story and the characters that make this shit so fucking funny. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Debo, yeah, I literally use Debo's name as a verb
Right.
in my regular vocabulary. Like, he tried to Debo me.
Yes.
Like, that's that's not normal. That's how influential his character was.
Right.
And really all of those characters, like remember Red and the way he ran to his car?
Yes.
He about to cry in the car.
Right.
The
Right.
way Debo knocked Red out and
Yeah.
Smokey said, "You got knocked the fuck out." Like that was a thing when niggas fought and somebody got knocked out and somebody would, stand over you and say that shit. Like that
Right.
was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking Bernie Mac,
Yeah.
yo. The Lord is my shepherd. He know what I want.
Yeah, yeah, he killed that role, yeah. He,
He did.
yeah, yes,
Then you had the crackheads, Ezell and Felicia,
right.
which is where Bye Felicia came from.
Mm,
And I don't know, this movie, it came out almost 30 years ago and still just has so much influence on our culture. And I would say it's one of Ice Cube's best movies. And he has a lot of movies. He has a lot of
yeah,
good movies.
he does.
But this was one of his best movies, the original Friday. And of course, they had Next Friday and Friday After Next with Mike Epps, which
Mm,
was it's funny. Like his shit is funny, two
right.
and three, but there will be nothing like the original Friday.
No, I agree. I think the original Friday is such a classic movie. It's just fucking funny as hell, yo. Like they were doing shit that wasn't they weren't even trying to be funny, but it was just funny as shit. And
Exactly.
I don't know, it's just one of those movies. Like I remember that was definitely one of those movies that when I came to your house, we was always watching that shit, yo. Like, and again,
Always.
on VHS, yo. VHS back in the day was the shit, yo. Whenever you felt the need to fucking pop in one of your favorites, you just, you know what I mean? Pop it in and go. And that's what we did with Friday all the time.
Hell yeah. And honestly, when I think about it, the first few times we watched Friday, it was on fucking bootleg VHS. It wasn't even the original. It was years later that niggas finally got the official VHS.
Ah,
And I
right.
don't mean to go off topic real quick, but when you said VHS, you know
Hmm.
what popped in my mind?
What?
Remember how many times we used to watch The Kings of
Yeah,
Comedy?
Nisa.
Yeah. That's not even
Nisa.
on my list, y'all, but the fucking Kings of Comedy?
Yeah. Nisa, why is that on my list?
No way.
Yes, it
Okay.
is. Yes.
Okay, let's talk about that now. Since it's on your list, let me hear what you gotta say about that shit. I didn't even know that shit. But yeah, we killed the fucking Kings of Comedy.
Yo, when I tell y'all, when that shit came out, the amount of time, it was like, I don't know why, but everybody met up at Ram's house. Like, everybody would meet up at Ram's house. And this was during the summer because, like, we ain't had no place to go. We ain't had no job. We was straight chilling in the summertime.
Yeah.
We would do our little, ritual, blah, blah, blah. Make some food, puff on a little something, something.
Za.
Right. Then put that shit on? Yo. But I'm telling you, like, for the whole summer, I think we watched nothing but that shit. Yo.
Niggas was quoting that fucking shit
Yo. It came out
forever.
in 2000, right? It's a stand-up comedy classic. It stars Bernie Mac, R.I.P. Bernie Mac, Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, D.L. Hughley. And when I tell you guys this is like funny, like crying tears funny, the shit is
Yes.
just fucking genius, yo. Like, this is when comics would be able to get away with saying whatever the fuck they want. Now, everybody, oh my God, they can't take a fucking joke from a comic. It's like, I don't know when the tide turned,
Right.
but comics like this, like stand-up comics like Steve Harvey and Bertie Mac, they come from like that old school type of stand-up shit. And motherfucker like Richard Pryor, motherfuckers was
Mhm.
saying like way more crazier shit back
Yes.
then than they fucking say now. So I don't even understand how people be trying to cancel comics, yo. Like,
Fucking Paul Mooney? What?
yeah,
It's a
right.
wrap, my nigga.
Exactly. So I think out of the four guys, I love Bernie Mac the best. I think he did the best.
Me too.
He's such a good storyteller when it comes to comedy, and his punchlines are phenomenal. He was very talented. He was a great comic and great actor. And I feel like every role he's done, he's just like did 100% and beyond.
Yeah. Even though I didn't care for his show. It wasn't not funny, I just
I
didn't care for
love
it.
that show. I have it on
Eh,
fucking DVD, yo.
no
I think like
way.
season 2 or something.
Stop it.
I love this show.
But he was my favorite in that, and
Hmm.
they were all good. Like they all
Yeah.
shined, but
Hmm.
he was my favorite. He was the funniest, I think.
I
That's
agree.
so funny. I can't believe that was on your
Yes,
list.
yes, it
Oh my
was.
gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. My next one is Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh shit. Yo.
Yo, killed.
Oh
Yeah.
my. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
That's my shit.
Yo, this shit is classic. It is just, I know I keep saying that, but like really, these were the type of movies that we had growing
Yeah.
up. This movie came out in 1988. This was a family favorite in my house. Like this was one of the movies that
Yeah.
we was all on the couch fucking laughing, watching this shit over and over again. And it was genius because this is, I think, the first time that I saw them combine
Mm.
animation with real people in a
Right.
movie.
Right.
And they did it so well. But it's so
Mm.
funny because it was definitely an adult movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shit, I don't, it wasn't inappropriate for kids, but it wasn't for
Right.
kids. It was
Right.
for fucking adults.
Yeah, that shit was.
Um, it's like,
No, I'm just saying, like, when you said that shit brought back so many fucking memories. Cause I agree, like motherfuckers used to watch that shit all the time in the house. It was one of the, it was like 10 on 10. Like, yeah.
and I fucking love Jessica Rabbit. Again,
Yes.
like I'm noticing a trend with white women and red hair as
Mm.
the leads in movie.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it's becoming a pattern I'm seeing.
Wow.
But she was just a cartoon, but she was the sex symbol of that movie. Like
Mm-hmm.
Jessica Rabbit was the shit. And I still fucking quote have a quote for this movie. Like I always say, ready whenever you are, Rose.
Yes. Yo, get out.
I say that shit to this day. I fucking love this movie. So yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That's one of my top 10.
Yeah, that's a classic for sure.
Hmm. All
Okay.
right, what's next?
So next I have Harlem Nights, and that was
Hmm.
released in 1989, and that starred Eddie Murphy, Red Fox, Arsenio Hall, Richard Pryor, Della Reese, Jasmine Guy, just and a whole slew of other great actors. Like this was like actor packed. I love this movie because it's set in like the 1930s Harlem and the depiction of successful black men and women in the time of the 30s where everybody dressed down from head to
Yes,
toe. When you stepped out, baby.
it was fresh.
Right, exactly. And you know, back then everybody took so much pride in their appearance. Um, I just love everything about the movie, the wardrobe, the old, New York, the warring gangsters. And I like how things were like they really showed how things were like in the 30s as far as like the gambling and the prostitution and like warring over territory. The movie is funny as hell. I love Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy working together. And again, they're from like that old school type of comedy where, they just said whatever the fuck they wanted to say and the shit was hilarious. And, Red Fox, he was in the movie as well. And he's from that era of, comics, kind of talking crazy, crazy. Um, yeah, I just think Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy together is priceless. And I think one of my favorite scenes from the movie is when Eddie Murphy, whose character is Quick, Him and Della Reese, whose character is Vera, they get into that fight in the alleyway, and Eddie
Yes.
Murphy shoots fucking Vera's pinky toe off.
She deserved that shit though. She was really fucking antagonizing him. He wasn't even trying to fuck with her like that. And she
Right.
kept fucking poking that nigga. Okay, bitch. And he told her, yo, when that nigga fucking threw the trash can at her and this bitch got it, was like, oh, so now
Right.
you want to throw, yo,
Right.
that shit used to have me crying.
Yes, yes, that's one of my favorite scenes from the movie.
Yeah, it's funny though because I didn't really appreciate that when I was younger. It's only like
Really?
in my 30s and now 40s that I'm like, I could just sit here and watch it because
Yeah,
that shit is hilarious.
it's funny as fuck, yo.
It
Yes,
is.
yes. What you got?
All right. So my next one is A League of Their Own.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
1992. Yeah,
Mm.
I loved this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Another movie with a white, red-haired woman as the lead,
That's
but she was
funny.
gorgeous. This was Gina Davis.
Yeah.
Which is funny because Gina Davis was also one of the stars of Beetlejuice.
Yes.
Remember this shit?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, which is another classic. I don't know how I didn't think of it for my list, but
Mm.
the Shake, Shake, Shake Sonora, that was my fucking song. But I digress.
Right.
Fucking A League of Their Own. It was such a great story. It was like a
Mm.
period piece about, all the men being away at war. And so to keep people entertained, this guy named Walter Harvey, he created a women's professional baseball league.
Mm.
And so the story is just about creating this league and what took place as they played.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's centered around Dottie, who Gina Davis played that character. And her little sister Kit, played by Lori Petty.
Yes.
Fucking Dottie was so good. Like she was naturally good at baseball, and Kit was good too, but she just wasn't
Right.
as good as Dottie. And she was
Right.
like low key jealous of her the entire fucking movie. Like it was annoying actually.
Shit. Yeah.
But this movie has so many people in it. Tom Hanks was the male lead.
Mm.
Phenomenal fucking acting in this movie.
Yes.
That's where the line "There's pride in baseball" comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Madonna, Rosie O'Donnell, Bill Pullman. He played Dottie's husband. He was fighting in the war.
Right.
Yo, John Lovitz.
Yeah.
John Lovitz. I don't know if y'all know him, but he's a comedian. He's an actor.
Mm-hmm.
Please, if you do not know this man, look up some of his work because this nigga is hilarious. He
Yeah,
is an
he's funny.
asshole, yo.
He's funny as
He
fuck.
is so real and direct, and his humor is like super sarcastic.
Mm-hmm.
And he killed it in this movie. Like he is hilarious in this movie.
Right. Yeah.
But this movie's fucking long as hell. But I could watch this a million times over.
Yeah.
I just love this story.
Yeah. I agree. That's one that I watched over and over and over again too. Yep.
Hmm. All right, what you got?
All right. So my next movie is Lean on Me. Uh,
Yes, me too.
you had it? Shit.
Yes,
No, you don't.
yes, yes, I do.
No,
Yes,
you
I do.
don't.
That's number 10 on my
Shut
list.
the
Yes.
fuck up.
All right, what you say about it?
So Lean on Me was released in 1989 and it stars Morgan Freeman as Joe Clark or Crazy Joe. He was a teacher at East Side High School in Paterson, New Jersey. And then he was forced to transfer, and then the school hires him back to try to get, the students whipped into shape. And, Crazy Joe, he don't take no shit. Like he don't take No shit. He like expelled like all the drug dealers and troublemakers when he came back. And he really put in the work to get the students' grades up and their testing scores up. And it's actually based on a actual person. Did you know that? Like this actually
Yeah,
happened.
yeah, it's crazy too. Because that first scene, like when this nigga walks through, they're walking through the school and all the fucking graffiti and the fighting, like that opening fight,
Yeah.
that shit used to like, I used to have to turn away all the time because seeing somebody like get
Right.
their head into
Yeah.
the fucking floor over, it was
Right.
scary.
No, I agree. I agree. Um, so one of my favorite scenes in the movie is when Crazy Joe screams at Thomas, who's one of the students, and he's like, "You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you?" Like he was really not trying to hear it that Thomas was really, really smoking crack. I don't know. That was just one of my favorite scenes.
And
But
he
I
was
don't
like, go
know.
on the jump.
Right. Right, right. Like, imagine Scared Straight, but back in the fucking 80s. Like, this is what, like, Crazy Joe was not playing around with these fucking students. But I like the movie because it showed, like, the crack epidemic during that time and just the different struggles of the students who lived in the urban cities. So, yeah, that was one of my favorites.
Yeah, they just needed some tough love, and he
Yeah,
gave that shit to them.
yes.
But I loved when he caught them in the bathroom singing. I think was it the
Right.
bathroom singing?
Yeah.
And then he liked it and he made them like revamp their schools.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
their voices were so good.
Yeah, they were.
All right, that was a good pick.
Yes.
So now I'm on my actually this is my 11th one.
How?
Because some of the ones, maybe two or three that were on your list are
Oh,
also on
okay.
mine.
Got it. Got it. Got
Yeah.
it. Got it.
So my next one is Grease. Grease from 1978. I
Okay.
will never not watch this movie.
Mm.
This girl, Dana, that I used to be friends with, probably like in fifth, sixth, fourth, between fourth and sixth grade, she put me up on this movie.
Mm.
Um, and I don't know why, but I love a musical. Like,
Yeah.
if the music's good and the
Right.
dancing's good, like I'm locked in.
Okay.
And John Travolta, who played Danny, and Olivia Newton-John, who played Sandy, they
Mm-hmm.
both killed it. Like John Travolta, like that nigga murdered this role. He really
Mm.
did. And it's just a simple story about teenage life in the summer in school. And
Right.
I fucking love this story. Like when they turned Sandy out into a bad girl at the end,
Yeah. Shut up.
now she's now she's Danny's type when they're
Right.
and now they're gonna last.
Right. Right.
No grease line.
Yeah.
I love me some grease. I still have a Pink Lady shirt now that I still wear.
You do?
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a picture.
That movie, yes, that movie, I would love.
Did you like Grease?
No, I love the
Grease
Grease. Yeah, Grease
lightning,
is
go 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 go
again
go go
another
go.
classic. Like it was just one of those movies that has such a profound impact on anybody that watched it. So yeah, I love Grease. Yeah.
Yeah, Grease lightning.
Right. Right. Wait.
All right, what's next?
All right. So my next choice is Boys in the Hood, and
Yeah.
that was released in 1991. And that was starring Ice Cube, Cuba Gooding Jr., Morris Chestnut, Lawrence Fishburne. The thing that I appreciate about this movie is that it did a good job of showing what life was like on the West Coast and South Central LA for a group of young black men
Hmm.
who were really still just teens, in the 80s, 90s. It showed how young black men were treated by the police and how the gang activity was heavy. This was John Singleton's debut for directing a movie. And remember, John Singleton, he also directed Snowfall until his untimely death. And, Snowfall is kind of similar to how, it showed young black men on the West Coast. The end of Boys in the Hood always makes me cry because it's the scene where Ricky is gunned down in the street. It just, I don't know. I can never not cry at that scene. But in 2002, the United States Library of Congress deemed it culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant and selected it for preservation in the National Film Registry.
Really? Boys in the Hood?
Yes,
Well, that's what's up.
right, right.
Yeah, good, good. All
Yes.
right. That was a good pick. Wait, so what else do you have more on your list?
I have one more, and then I wanna share with you what my runners up were, because I just had too many. But like you said, we had to narrow it down to 10, but I want to share also my runners up. But my last one
Yes.
is Uncle Buck, and that was
Yeah.
released in 1989. It stars John Candy and Macaulay Culkin. Uh,
Ooh.
R.I.P. to John Candy. It's about a family of five. The father, Bob, calls his brother Uncle Buck to watch his kids, while the dad and the mom attend to a family emergency out of town. The mom, Cindy, don't really fuck with Uncle Buck. She thinks he's just a straight up loser and bum. Uncle Buck is the complete opposite from his brother Bob, who is very clean cut and upper class working man. And it's just a funny story to watch Uncle Buck navigate taking care of one teen and two small children. The teen girl, Tia, she has the biggest fucking teen attitude you've ever seen in the entire world. Like, when we was teens, we used to have fucking attitudes for no for no reason.
Ooh.
So I don't know. It's a hilarious movie, and it's just funny to watch how he kind of wins over his niece Tia. It's a good one.
It was a good movie. I
Yeah.
don't remember exactly the details, but I remember it being funny, and I remember John Candy. Like, I always like John Candy and shit for the most part.
Yes.
So,
Yes. I,
I don't have any more on my list, but I do have runners up, and
okay.
it's really two movies, but it's in the same category.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Tommy Boy and Black Sheep.
Mm.
Anytime Chris Farley and David Spade are together, it's just pure hilarity. Like
Yeah.
they are so fucking funny together. I feel
Right.
like Chris was just so ridiculous and boisterous,
Yeah.
and David Spade was just he's so fucking sarcastic. It's
Right. The
ridiculous.
dry
I just
humor, right?
yes, they played so well off each other. So,
Yeah.
those two movies are other movies that I could easily watch them today.
Okay. I
Yeah, so those are
agree.
my ones.
I agree. My runner ups, I had quite a few, so I'm gonna just
Wait,
blow through the list.
okay,
So I said, Friday, Brooklyn, Weekend at
yes,
Bernie's, War of the
yeah. Wait,
Roses.
hold the fuck up. No, 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 no. First of all, yes, Crooklyn. Yo, Weekend at Bernie's.
Yes.
Weekend at Bernie's, like that was my grandmother's shit,
It
yo.
was.
We watched that shit every time at her house. That was her shit. Yeah. I
That
love that
is,
movie.
yo, that movie is fucking hilarious, yo.
Not funny.
Oh my God. Okay, so Weekend at Bernie's, War of the Roses, Coneheads,
Oh my gosh.
Overboard, Death Becomes Her. Next,
Yes. Yes.
you know
Death
they,
becomes
you know they try to remake that shit, right? With Anne
I'm
Hathaway, and I forget who's supposed to be Goldie Hawn, but I was like, why?
did you watch it?
I don't think it came out yet. I think they're like in talks of doing it.
You know I'm gonna watch it. I have to see. I just have to see.
But come on, how do you recreate that? It was so genius. Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn together.
Yeah, that shit was amazing. It
One of
was a really good movie.
No, it really was. It really is. It really is. My Cousin Vinny,
Yes.
National Lampoon's, and I'm talking about the Christmas and the European Vacation.
I had the Christmas on my list, but then I took it off because I had already too many. But yeah,
Mannequin and The Last Dragon, yo. The Last Dragon.
yeah. I
Yes.
didn't love The Last Dragon, but I understood why.
How
I mean, it was good. It
dare
was good.
you?
I didn't dislike it. I just don't have to watch it.
I don't know. I can't believe this is coming out of your mouth right now.
I mean, it was cool. It was cool. It was interesting. It was funny.
Oh, the master.
Yeah.
Show, nah.
Yeah. And that's why. You know what I'm saying? That's why. I can't do it.
Oh man. Yep.
All right. So these movies, these were like the ones that really made an impact on our lives during our childhood. Please share with us, what are some of your favorite movies from your childhood? I'm sure there are some that you guys have that we didn't name,
Hmm.
that when you put them in the comments, we're gonna be like, yes.
Yes.
And until next time, peace.
Peace out, guys.